So I'm up from there, and I lost some momentum on that route, but I was almost there. So another water stream. Oh well, but just a little bit of the view, and I'm gonna try to come back later this season, do a little what if scenario, so we can see like how it goes down. If somebody panic and miss that turn, go the way down. So forgot the subscriber. He asked me, what would you do if you had a broken legs and broken back? Well, I'm gonna come back here and let's see what we can do. So get you guys ready. Pushing it. Okay, as I take a little moment, take my breath, catch my breath, and talk a little bit about brakes. One mistake a lot of people do when they start, and I was one of them as well. When you panic, you want to slow down this thing, and a bike was made to roll, not to be stand still like it is right now. So right now, you see, if I leave it, it's not stable. Now imagine that my feet are attached to the pedals right there, and so it becomes very unstable and very hard to manipulate. But when it rolls, you have better control over your bike. So one thing you have to let go, not totally, obviously, brakes are still useful, but do not brake too much, because less speed in the way that you have, less balance you'll have as well. And especially when you get into jumps and or try to go down hills and stuff like that, this thing wants to drive. So the best thing is to control your speeds, meaning don't go too fast, slow down, too fast, slow down, so fast, but keep it to a speed that you're comfortable with. And as you get better, your speed will increase, because you'll be better, you'll know when to turn, you'll have more confidence in your abilities on how to position yourself and everything. One trick though is when you put brakes, it's not equal. You don't want put too much brakes on the front. If you put too much brakes on the front, basically what will happen is that the bike will go forward. If you put too much brakes on the back, as you can see here, I'll still continue because the front wants to will, but this will start sliding and you'll again lose momentum. And actually, as you get efficient, and I'm not there yet either, but a lot of for example, if you want to take a turn like this, you could use that at your advantage, meaning if you know how to take a curve and you're coming real quick, you could use the brakes to kind of slide yourself in. But this is for when you're more advanced. So usually what I try to do is, you don't want your whole hand here, because again, when you're gonna panic, you're gonna go. So always try, see how my hands is kind of at the end, but I only have like one finger here. So even if I squeeze, it won't squeeze too hard, and I want to put one finger. The brake in the back, I usually try to put two fingers, so one finger in the front and two. So some people say to put like 30-70 about. Some others like no, you should be equal, so 50-50. But yeah, so I found this helps me a lot, and because you don't want to block your front wheel, especially because you'll just go overboard, and you don't want to put too much brake on the back wheel either, because you're going to start slipping and you're going to take a nice wipe. So that's the brakes, and you don't want them reacting too much either, but you don't want react not enough as well, because when you need brakes, you need brakes. Mine are disc brakes, so it's a little bit like the same thing as you have on the car. So it's two plates that kind of ground is hydraulic. You have also like the stuff, but for mountain biking, because of the speeds and stuff, you want some disc brakes and hydraulics, and then it's just depending on how much money you're putting on your bike. So, but one recommendation is it's worth to put a good money on a bike. You'll change it less often, and you'll enjoy more your ride. Doesn't mean that you have to buy a $10,000 bikes, but if you can go in the middle instead of going to the cheapest or the more expensive one. If you have the money for the more expensive one, good for you, but yeah. So back on the run. Well, the saying, no pain, no gain, is about to start. So basically we're back at the road where we first came in. So basically it's kind of that's why I come here, because a lot of time by myself. So basically what it is, it's like a loop that goes all the way back here and goes back to the road, and then you have a second loop. So if something happens, and I always have the road, there's some people passing here, and if something happened, I can always bail on that road and coming if I'm too tired or something. And if I want, I can just come back from where I just came and do the other. But this thing, basically from now on, is pretty much all uphill all the way down. So I think you go up to about that hill there. So basically, as you can see, you kind of go all the way up there, and then you come back the other way. So after that, it's all up downhill. I'll try to show you that if I'm not too exhausted. First one is always hard. One of the rules of mountain biking is if the trails are wet, don't ride them. And I'll show you why. So this one I walk because, well, then obviously some places you can see here, it's pretty shaded. So obviously those places will take longer to dry. But you see, like, this is my foot there, so you see like it leaves a pretty big groove there in the ground. The problem is that that's gonna dry. Now that groove is gonna stay there a little bit permanently, and your wheel can get stuck in there. So the good etiquette is if you find a spot like this, or if the whole trail is like this, just don't ride. And if you find a spot like this, just like I did, take a nice walk. Next time!